Hi,
Hello. So my name is Akhil
and I'm Maya, and we are Harrytinkers.
and welcome to our channel.
So, in today's episode, we'll be talking about river rafting in Bali and our experience for the first time in river rafting. So, the first day in Bali, we chose to go for a river rafting in River Ayung, and which is in Ubud.
We actually did an advance booking. I believe it's 3 months prior that we booked. Right?
Yeah.
So 3 months prior that we did the booking, and luckily we have got a good deal. So we spent around 1,900 INR. So that includes your pickup and drop from the hotel.
And lunch as well.
And lunch. So and you it's a buffet, so you can have how much ever that you want. So and plus includes all the kit necessary, adventure kit that you get. Plus there's a bag which they have given as well as a locker, which actually you can actually put all your
Clothes in that.
belonging and things like
Yeah.
that.
We were really satisfied by their service because a week prior to our trip, they actually called us and inquired about our itinerary so that they can plan the pickup and drop from our hotel itself.
So as soon as we reached there, we have been asked to have the buffet. So basically, it was a meals that they have been asked us to have. What we would prefer is have it because have the lunch. Because it gives you a good amount of energy, for the river rafting.
After having our lunch, we were introduced to our guide who would take us for the river rafting, and we also had 2 more members who would join us during the river rafting.
So if there are a good amount of people, say for example, if it is a team of more than 7 or 8, so they would have a different package as well as a raft that will be provided to them. And if it is couples, say for example, minimum is 4 that will be there on the group. So based on that, you will have a different raft and a guide that will be provided.
Correct. And the pricing would also differ according to that. We chose a raft which was only for 4 people.
Yeah.
So our guide provided us with the instructions of the first river rafting which we did, and he also provided us with the safety jackets and boat pedals in the beginning. And then we took a cab to reach to our starting point.
And when she set up the starting point is when I realized that they have actually once we reached there, we took around close to 20 to 25 minutes, I believe. So it is a walk. So that's where you move towards your starting point. So as I mentioned earlier, each agency will have different starting point. So they dropped us. So immediately when we got down, I think there was an option wherein which you can actually shop for things that you wanted. So especially and if you want to keep your mobile phone on your on a special pouch, waterproof pouch, you can actually buy it. It was actually really cheap, not expensive at all.
And it was useful as well because
True.
we could protect our phone from getting drenched.
True.
And we also took some really good photos because of that.
Exactly. And so we went through, I believe, a good 25 minutes through a forest and a rice terrace. It was a good journey, but yeah, of course, as I mentioned earlier, you should have food so that it can give you a good amount of energy to go through all this terrain.
Yeah, as the climate is very hot there, you will definitely feel dehydrated as well.
True.
So carry at least 1 bottle of water,
True.
which actually we did not carry. We did not know that we'd be tired by the time we reached the starting point. But we were really very thirsty.
To talk about the experience, it was really mesmerizing. I would say it was one of an adrenaline rush that we have. I would say our honeymoon trip was more of an adventurous trip than
Than a romantic,
lovely
trip.
Yeah, and the good thing is the guide was very professional. So each person were assigned to do certain tasks. So we actually both sit in the front. So I was actually towards the the friend, and she actually sat just behind me. I think you were sitting the adjacent to me, right?
Yeah.
Adjacent to me, and they were the other 2 couple. The funny thing was, they were never interested to pedal at all.
Not at all. So we were the one who was ardently pedaling.
Yeah,
and
throwing
after
off all the energy of the food that we had. but it was a fun ride that we had, and
I would say that please take the front seats because it is so exciting.
if you want to experience the really
the
adrenaline
real
rush,
river rafting
Yeah.
fun would be for the front end seaters.
Yeah.
Because of the waves which goes fast.
you're the first person to hit that wave.
Yeah.
So whenever the raft actually turns or moves around, it's basically you are actually doing that pedaling. So based on that, it what actually does. So, but I would say the guide was actually sitting. I believe he was sitting in the center. If I don't actually recall, but he was kind of sitting in the center, and he was actually guiding us what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And he was also aware that the other two folks were not doing anything.
Nothing. So he actually scolded them as well that you guys are not doing anything. Only the front seaters are doing everything. But the thing is, it was so much fun that we did not even realize that they were not pedaling.
Yeah, it was really nice.
But I must tell you that so I was scared because I did not know swimming, and I am little scared of water because of that. I do love water adventure activities, but there is a little fear of drowning. But you know what? The water was not at all deep. I thought it's like very deep.
You never know, but
Yeah, but the thing is, it was not deep because we got down in the middle, right?
Yeah,
Remember?
so we got in the middle. So there is a break that they will give us. So that's one break that they will give us. So if you want to refresh yourself, so you have a lot of coconut water that you can have, and then you have other drinks like Fanta or whatever that you want to have. You can have that as well. Of people who smoke, so that they can take a break over there as well.
Yeah.
But I would say it's been an amazing experience that we had. It was our first experience
first river rafting,
and it was really good.
Yeah,
so,
but after going to that adventure, I felt a little comfortable to go for more water sports. And the safety jackets and everything is actually very safe. It's not like what they give in India,
Yeah, it's really thick.
Yeah.
It's extremely thick. So it actually keeps. Wearing that itself will make sure that you feel kind of safe. so that's the best part.
That's the point. Yes.
Best part I would say is not just the the pressure of the water or the water hitting on your face. It's on top of that, it's basically the environment. It's basically the scenic view that you see around. Wow, no words.
You would have to experience. Breathtakingly beautiful. It's surrounded with hills and then luscious forest.
And the birds, making that chip chip sound. Wow, it was
butterflies everywhere. It was very beautiful. And even though there were a lot of people doing river rafting, there was a kind of peace which we experienced during the river rafting.
And the funny part is, even though it was, so we actually met a lot of foreigners, from different countries, but we were like, we all were like competing with them, and they were also competing with us, like who does better.
Yeah.
So it was actually fun, and there was one place that actually stopped.
It had a lot of waterfalls, like small waterfalls.
Yeah, small waterfalls, and the guide has actually asked us to go in a group and then stand over there to take photos and things like that. And then we actually started, waving the water from there. The game actually started. So I would say it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was
thrilling, adventurous, peaceful, everything together.
So it was one package that actually gave us, everything together. So it was a really good experience that we had. So we would suggest you, this is one of the best places that you would have to visit. So either in the first time that you go there, or maybe towards the end when you're planning of coming back to your home country. Either one of the time. So if you want to experience how it is, you would have to do this.
Yeah. So one more point I would like to add is this is for newlywed couple. Girls out there, please make sure that you do this adventure just to test how protective your partner is. Because of course you have to be like really safe during the trip, and you have to hold the strings tight. So what he did is, along with holding the strings, he was holding me as well. So I actually felt very, very protected because of that. 5 stars for that.
So there are few questions that would generally pop up, when you're actually going to river rafting.
For the first time. So, do you need to know swimming to do river rafting?
I would absolutely say no, because my wife doesn't know swimming at all, not even 0.001%.
Yeah.
But she has done an amazing job, and she was brave enough to take that risk. I would say you don't need any prior experience in swimming, but the only thing is like make sure that where exactly that you are going, and also make sure that the protective jacket is, you make it really tight so that it helps you. It helps you in floating in case if you fall down as well. You will not, but in case. So it's worst case scenario if you do. This will actually help you in floating up. So don't have to worry about it.
And the guide who comes with you is a professional. So even if something happens to you, you
True.
don't have to actually worry.
True.
They can actually save you.
Yeah.
They are professionals.
And yeah, he actually like jumped during the while we were paddling. He actually jumped. I mean, he didn't even bother that the water is there, water is flowing.
Yeah.
It was actually flowing pretty fast. Right?
Yeah.
It was not slow at all. It was flowing pretty fast, but he did not care. So I would say I would really
appreciate him for.
I would also give him a 5-star rank for the experience that we have received, as well as kind of he made us feel safe.
Yes.
That is the best thing.
And it was a fun trip as well, because in between he was giving us instructions. Also, he was cracking up some jokes.
Yeah, kind of stories as well. He actually gave, as in how it is, what are the things, how he started doing this job, and what's the experience that he has got. So all of these things. So it was not just a normal rafting that we had, but it was more of fun listening to all the stories and jokes that he cracks in between and things like that.
Yeah. So should I tip my guide?
It totally depends on you, and also it totally depends on
your guide.
For us, we felt that we should give him.
Yeah.
Not because it's a different country and things like that we don't know if we would have to do it or not, but he made us feel safe. That's the first point. And he gave us a lot of instruction on what to do. He was brave enough to tell us that you don't have to feel worried at all if anything happens, because I'm there. So that if somebody would have to say, maybe it could be a business way of saying things, but we felt safe. So that's the best thing. And we did not feel worried at all, and we did not feel irritated by the other things, we did not feel bad that the other two folks sitting behind us were not pedaling, but it was fun. So we gave him tip, but it depends on
you.
Your
it's not
experience.
At all complete.
Yeah, it depends on your experience. Yeah. So when we say we have given him tip, we did not give him money. We actually gave him food. So as we mentioned, we actually stopped in between for refreshing ourselves. So I believe we have actually bought 2 coconuts for him. Right?
Yeah.
So I think 2 coconut juice for him, just to refresh himself as well.
Yeah.
So what to wear during rafting?
So as river rafting is a water sport, it is preferably you wear your swimwear or clothes which absorb water and dry it fast.
So what things that you need to carry along?
So preferably take 1 set of dry clothes with you, which you can keep in the locker, and also please wear flip-flops, because it's gonna be slippery over there. You don't want to spoil your shoes over there.
Yeah. So when Maya actually mentioned about the extra pair of clothes, is when I realized that we actually didn't take an extra pair of clothes.
Nobody told us basically, and we did not use our common sense as well.
That's true. So what happened is but the good thing is the weather was dry, so it actually helped us in getting our clothes dry faster.
Yeah, because we wore clothes related to sportswear.
Yeah. So if you don't have an adventurous sports camera, as I mentioned earlier, would suggest you to buy a pouch, which is not expensive at all. It's extremely cheap. And also it could be there are people who are actually selling it, so you can actually it's kind of a contribution that you can give as well to them.
Yeah.
And there is actually protective cover and it helps in making sure that you can actually take a good amount of photos and videos as well, if, on the camera.
Yeah, and also carry water bottles per person because it's going to be very hot and exhausting. So keep yourself hydrated always.
Yeah, so it's always better to, if you want, you can actually take a small bag if you want to keep it
Waterproof.
yeah, waterproof bag to keep along, so that you can keep all this necessary items if you want.
Yeah.
So last, Harrytinkers tips.
So if you don't know swimming, don't worry. Just hold on the side ropes tightly and follow the instructions from the guide.
So have fun, enjoy,
and let the adrenaline rush take you to more and more adventures. So if you like our video, please subscribe to our channel and share it to your friends if you found it informative.
Also, please click on the bell icon so that you can receive new videos that we upload. And please type your comments on the comment section so that we can reply back, for the comments that you have given.
Thank you.